We are back for the second half, ladies and gentlemen. And we have had some interesting things happen since I left. So, first off, we had another goal just after I left in Liverpool 4, Norwich City 0. We had another goal there. Next, after that, we've had some issues trying to start the game with VAR. People at the VAR headquarters having some issues with whatever. I actually have no idea. They were struggling to get connection with VAR, I think. But anyway, Liverpool 4, Norwich 0 at the moment. And Norwich, they're not fantastic at the moment. They were blown away by a late second half. And Liverpool on the attack again, actually, with Henderson, who pushes his man over slightly softly for a Norwich City free kick just outside their box. We've just lost everyone here. Jurgen Klopp joking about the VAR incident earlier. Just at the start of the half, they were struggling to get connection with VAR headquarters, and I think they're having to resume play without it, from what I heard. The little snippets of commentary I saw. The first 5 fixtures for Norwich are very difficult. Tonight, Liverpool away, then Newcastle at home, Chelsea at home, West Ham away, Man City at home. 3 of those teams that you'd really expect to be pushing for that top 4 already in their first 5 fixtures. And also they have got a bit of an odd one in Newcastle. Really have no idea whether they're going to finish well or badly. Steve Bruce is their manager. I mean, they've signed well in Joe Linton and Andy Carroll, which isn't actually a bad signing, thinking about it. And West Ham as well. Who knows, you know? Ball into the box by Buendia. Oh, and that very nearly turned home there by whoever that was. Nearly turned home, by the way. Good delivery in from Buendia. But in the end, he's got his foot so round the ball that it's gone towards goal and then back away from it. Liverpool to start on the counter with Alexander-Arnold. Oh, and his pass hits Pookie. And now could potentially be a chance for Norwich to pull one back here. Here's the left back on the ball. I don't know his name, sorry. Ball through. Looks to be offside. Good hit. And Adrian with a good save, but I think he might have been offside. Either way, yeah, it was offside. Didn't think he was. The number 14 caught offside. Cantwell. Who laid it off to Buendia and then made a run. But he didn't time his run very well. Was caught offside and he took a pot. Alexander-Arnold. You could have just asked me to get it for you.
All right.
Oh.
What a thing up to miles.
I don't understand you. Well, that's because you lent it. You absolute idiot. You buffoon of a human. Well, Van Dijk bombing forward for this corner kick here. Alexander-Arnold, not great corner. Put in low, doesn't beat the first man. Henderson knocks it back to Joe Gomez, who in the end will just look for Andy Robertson. No, look to try and go adventurous and switch a play for a good 30-40 yard ball. Not meant to be in the end. Here's Henderson. Puts it across to Andy Robertson. Good touch from him as they look to drive him forward. Ping down the line here to Roberto Firmino, who skips round Buendia well. Goes left, goes right. Here's Fabinho. Alexander-Arnold in space. Does use Alexander-Arnold. Has Salah on the overlap. Cuts inside instead. Gives it back to Fabinho, who then gives it to Andy Robertson. To Joe Gomez now. Put out wide to Mo Salah. Flicks it central. Ooh. And that move nearly came off in the end, but Trent Alexander-Arnold couldn't get there. Here's Mo Salah, though. One-on-one, takes a shot early and grazes the post as it goes wide. Mo Salah unlucky there to not have gained his side another goal in this game against Norwich City. And they're trying to be too clever, Norwich. They're trying to play their way out of situations they shouldn't. They're being caught off by Liverpool, such tight closing down. And Mo Salah, in the end, tries to bend it round Godfrey and into the corner. Godfrey covers his angles, as does Krull. And in the end, the ball scrapes the post as it heads wide of the post here. And here come Norwich now as they look to try and hit on the counter. But Origi and Wijnaldum not letting up. It's clipped over the top of Salah to here to Buendia. Looks out wide. Back to Buendia. Can't turn in between Fabinho and Origi. And now Liverpool trying to counter. As I say, they're trying to play away out of situations they shouldn't. Here's Salah. Henderson's hit. Good block. Pulls out to Fabinho. Calls for shoot. Does shoot. And in the end, good save by Tim Krul. No follow-up there. Held on to the ball. But decent effort from Fabinho. Just Henderson's hit. Good block. He was trying to pick out the corner. And it fell nicely for Fabinho. And very nearly found the target with it. Not a bad hit at all. And Norwich, they're really in danger of hurting the goal difference early on in this game. It looks very likely they're going to be bottom of the table come the first weekend, -4. Here's Wijnaldum to Origi. Good defending there for Aaron's and goal kick in the end off Divock Origi. He's not happy about it. Interesting that Sadio Mane on the bench for Divock Origi in this game. I mean, Origi did very, very well in the Champions League for Liverpool, scoring a big couple of goals against Barcelona and also a goal in the final against Spurs, who are Villa's doing what he does best, muscles Pookie off the ball and puts it out for a throw. But yeah, Origi, interesting that he started over Sadio Mane. You'd have thought that even though Origi had a very good Champions League campaign, you'd think Sadio Mane would be the preferred winger. Or at least in my eyes, I think Sadio Mane is the preferred winger. Here's Andy Robertson looking to drive out. Pookie puts him under pressure and does well to nick the ball back. Robertson goes down, but nothing given. Stiepermann knocks it back towards Aarons. Here's Tim Krul. Playing dangerously there around Salah. Godfrey turns left, turns right, but in the end, Fabinho gets there. Here's Henderson, looks to put down the line for Salah to use his pace to get to, and he isn't going to get there. But I think VAR would have gotten to that one. No, there seems to be appeals for a handball, which did look very likely to be given. Still Liverpool 4, Norwich 0. Again, not the idea. I think the handball was given in the end. They were just letting play go on. No, it's going to be a Liverpool free kick, actually. Interesting. Did not think that was a Liverpool free kick. It looked to have struck the hand of Henderson, but it might have been a foul elsewhere before and an advantage given. 5 people in the stream. Yeah, what's up, everyone? Let me know that you're here in the chat, obviously. If you've got any questions or whatever, or, how do I think the league's going to go or whatever. Robertson's hit! Blazes past the post, and at the moment, Liverpool all over Norwich. It's 4-0, and you do fear for worse. It's very much an attack versus defence sort of training game at the moment for Liverpool, and for Norwich, it's about trying to keep themselves, trying to save their goal difference, because we know how dangerous goal difference can be in the Premier League. Can decide whether you go down or stay up, and it's going to be a substitution here from Norwich City. Stiepermann is making the walk to the nearest touchline, I may add. And Maurice Leitner is coming on for Norwich. Obviously, the new rule being to avoid time wasting is you walk off at the nearest exit and go around the pitch. In this case, he goes down to the left touchline, makes his way around, I believe. And it looks like Maurice Leitner will go alongside Teemu Pukki up front, which means even though they're 4-0 down, Norwich, they're still looking to have a go here. 60 on the clock. Or 58 on the clock if you want to be technical. I mean, it says there's 5 here, but no one's talking. So if you can talk, please say hi. Here's Robertson ready to take a throw in for Liverpool. Here's Firmino. Liverpool, they're just controlling the pace of the game. I mean, we saw very much in the Championship last season, Norwich, they came out and tried to openly, they tried to score goals. You know, they came to Villa Park with the eyes to win the game. Obviously, they did win that game 2-1 when they came to us. But they were very good at scoring goals. They scored the most goals out of anyone in the English Football League. So that is the League 2, League 1, Championship, and the Premier League. They scored the most goals out of anyone, which obviously, you know, I guess obviously against lesser opponents than teams like Liverpool, who would be playing higher standard teams in the Premier League. Here's Henderson on the ball now, and it's taken down by Leitner, and that should see him in the book. If there is any justice, he will see himself in the book. Just clips trying to go down the wing. He became much more of a better player, almost. I think he's in one of his better times. Looks more like a dive, actually, looking at it. I don't know. There's minimal contact. Leitner will get a booking for it. I think deservedly as well, but there is minimal contact, so there is an argument for a dive potentially. And now Leitner sees himself in trouble again down the free kick too early. Alexander-Arnold looks to put this one into the box now. Has Salah on the wing but won't use him. Instead, will play it short to Henderson, who then floats the ball into the box. Van Dijk bombing forwards, gets his head on it, and Krul collects. Van Dijk almost looks to put it back across goal rather than on target. It's an awkward angle for him to score it from. And Krul was quick off his line to stop the ball from falling to Divock Origi. And in the end, Krul having no options, forced to put the ball down and go long. In the end, they like to try and play from the back, but they're not being given the chance to. And Norwich now at least trying to salvage some sort of goal in this game. In the end, Robertson's going to put that one out for a Norwich throw by the halfway line. Here's Leitner. He's going to win another throw off Fabinho. Again, Norwich are not really going anywhere particularly. It's just been a different level of class, to be fair, for the Canaries. Again, throw-ins in the same area. Thrown in, tackle, out of play. But did well to get back under his control. Back to Tim Krul now. Again, though, Firmino, Salah and Origi very much giving them absolutely no option for that back four. Forcing them to go long in the end. Here's the ball to Godfrey, who in the end manages to get past Alexander-Arnold, but Alexander-Arnold did well to fight back and win the ball back. And then in the end, we'll put it out of play for a Norwich City throw-in. A little bit closer to the box now. It's going to be thrown back and then dinked over the top and out wide. A little switch of the play there to Max Aarons, who lays it back into Maurice Leitzner. Wijnaldum did a good touch there, and in the end, find Fabinho. But Fabinho's ball was cut out. Norwich can try and play here. It's out wide, central to Leitner. Takes a shot early, and Adrian, I think, had to make a big save there, although it might have hit the crossbar. I think it did hit the crossbar, actually. I thought in the end it was a good save. Pukki making darting runs left, right and centre, drags the defender. Leitner finds himself with a little bit of space. It does actually hit the bar. There, Campbell's ball into him, and he strikes the crossbar. You feel Andrian has it covered here, but Norwich are looking to come forward again with Teemu Pukki. Out wide, obviously Pukki, the top scorer in the Championship last season, with plenty of goals for them. Here's Leitner. Wins a Norwich City throw just by the edge of the box. Max Aarons will collect this one now, obviously in the Championship team of the season. If you guys followed that one. Again, Liverpool, they're just every little, they're trying to get the ball out wide, getting into the box towards Leitner and Pukki, and away from Van Dijk. But in the end, it's just, being cut out every time. Played through Pukki, big chance, Teemu Pukki, 4-1. And Norwich will get their goal back. Seems to be pretty much too little too late. It's the 63rd minute and we're already calling it too late. Norwich now, the fans, to be fair, they're waving their scarves, they're jumping about. It's their first goal back in the Premier League for a fair few years. And those fans are enjoying every second of the celebrations. And just as I'm saying, Liverpool, they're not allowing them to play. They're caught napping. Way too much space for them. And then is played onside just by Andy Robertson. Pookie one-on-one with Adrian, and he does exactly what he did in the Championship last season, and that is take a touch, get it out of his feet, and stick it in the far corner. Lovely finish from Teemu Pukki, and it is now Liverpool 4, Norwich City 1. It's a really nice hit, actually. Collects it out onto the right-hand side here, and then just drills it back across the front. Lovely hit. Adrian with really no hope, and there is the Norwich chairman, of course, or chairwoman, who obviously had the famous "Where are you? Let's be having you." Enjoyed that one as well. Pukki on his Premier League debut. Never played in the Premier League before today, and he marks it with a goal. And although it won't mean a fat lot for Norwich after, Van Dijk with a nutmeg. And straight away now, Liverpool, they want another goal. They're being very physical in the middle of the park, not giving anyone any sort of chance to try and play out again. But you feel if Norwich can get one goal in the next 2-3 minutes, you feel this game might be back on. They were the comeback kings of the Championship last season, rivaled by, of course, Aston Villa. Actually, Buendia with almost a little stamp on Origi. He did see himself sent off for something similar to that against QPR. We'll only see himself booked this time, but he gets lucky to keep away with that. He has a kind of tendency of getting unnecessary red cards. And if you saw how Norwich played last season towards the end when they were missing Emiliano Buendia, and then the Norwich fans, I can't actually hear anything, but you can. They're very much bouncing around there, singing "Teemu Pukki, baby," and trying to drive their team on to try and grab themselves an equalising goal in this game. 3 goals needed in 25 minutes. It's not impossible, but against a Liverpool team like this, it is practically impossible. It's improbable, I think, is the right word. And a loose ball there, but it is collected in well by Godfrey. And Norwich now, there's a little bit more spark to their game. It's put down the line, Van Dijk and Pukki chasing the ball. And Virgil van Dijk does exactly what he does best. But Pukki actually very nearly nicked it. Teemu Pukki, unlucky for him. He's had a good game so far. He has been their bright spot, but the man bun himself, Virgil van Dijk, has not let him sort of chance Pukki's had at the moment. He's took, and that's the only one. But the Norwich fans, fair play to them. They've sold out the away end. At 4-1 down, they're still singing. Fair play to them. And you'd hope that, that's what Norwich's party atmosphere, I think, might have been included by the fact they won the league at the game at Villa Park. But it was certainly a party. Into the box, and Firmino can't get on the end of it. It's going to simmer out for a Norwich goal kick. 66 on the clock. 23 for Norwich to try and grab something in this game. Looking at the bench now, though, even now, Liverpool's team at the moment, very, very strong indeed, to the fact that they have players like Sadio Mane and Adrian who aren't starting in games now. Joel Matip as well, you'd feel he would slide into a fair few of them Premier League centre-back roles. He wasn't the most solid, but he is a good defender. And a little bit of cramp now being helped out by Roberto Firmino for one of the Liverpool Norwich defenders. 7 in the stream. Hi, everyone. I think, anyway. Haven't had anyone talk in the chat so far, so if you guys are here and enjoying the stream, let me know. Any questions and all that, please do. Obviously, fire them at me. I will try my best to answer every question. And what will Daniel Farke be thinking right now? It looks like they're going to try and make a few more substitutions. They found one goal. That Liverpool defence isn't unbreakable now, but you feel it's an almost impossible task to find 3 more goals in 20 minutes, especially even now. Liverpool, they're a very, very good attacking side. Mo Salah, Firmino, Origi, Mane, all very good attacking players. And even the likes of Henderson and Fabinho in midfield, they know how to score a goal. Robertson and Alexander-Arnold, they can score. Van Dijk, he's scored this game. But even so, their defence is very, very good. And it will be very hard for Norwich to break them down. It will take mistakes. Oh, and that's nearly one. Pukki closing down Adrian, but Adrian was quick off his line. Is the chat working? Oh, there was a chat on the dummy dumb. I'm an idiot. I didn't have my chat on. Oops. How are you doing? It's been a while. I'm doing great, actually. I've been missing football so much, honestly. You would not believe. It's been a slow and painful wait for this game and then for tomorrow. And now it's finally come. I'm so very excited for it, of course. Yes, Alisson is injured as well. Adrian had to come on. He took a goal kick, slipped, and his ankle went sideways, and also looked like he stretched his calf. He could be out for a few weeks, actually. Looks like a calf and ankle injury for Alisson. They did get the stretcher out, but in the end he was carried off. 2 people with his arms round. And one of the young players of the year nominees, Onel Hernandez, is to come on for Norwich City in the 70th minute now as they try and conjure something up. Liverpool at the moment, though, holding strong. It is Liverpool 4, Norwich City 1. I'm an idiot. I did the ball under his spell. Unstable connection. We've had a Thanos snap, boys. That one person who's here, apparently, can you let me know that you're here, that we're all working? Firmino gets it out of his feet and puts it wide in the post. Is there people here? This is not here. God. We've snapped. Is anybody here other than me? What have you thought of Norwich City's performance? To be fair, I mean, they haven't played too badly. It's been mistakes or deflections that have really cost them. Mistakes and deflections that have cost them this game. Van Dijk doing what he does best from a corner, but to be fair, I mean, Norwich, there's been holes in the defence at times, but in general, they've been pretty sturdy. I'm seeing people saying there's 5 here, but I've got obviously the stream open on my screen. It's only saying 3, so I'm having to check my phone. That's why I just regularly, even if you don't want to say anything, just put like yo or hi or something in the chat. Good ball into the box and well defended, but it's going to fall out to Jordan Henderson. Clips into the back post. Oh, and very nearly took into his own net in the end. And now we do have an unstable connection, and I think the stream has crashed. I'm just going to put something random in the chat if you can see this, by the way. Just going to put like... So that person who put up the blues in the chat, you're a funny guy, you know. You're a funny guy. Mo Salah on the ball. Takes it past Leitner. Clips it into the box towards Fabinho, but well defended. Unstable connection still. It looks like we've gone. Oh no, the unstable connection's gone. We look to have held out the Thanos snap. Here come Liverpool once more. Really annoyed that I missed the chat. I just didn't press the chat button on. Oh dear. Liverpool with a throw in, and they're taking their time to take this. Maybe they're worried that there could be a hint of a comeback here. Here's Wijnaldum, who's done well to win a throw in. Here's Aaron's. Robertson on the throw in uses Firmino even. Salah closing them down, and in the end gets the ball out to Alexander-Arnold, who takes the shot on, and it looked to be fizzing dangerously, but in the end just over of Tim Krul's goal. And to be fair, it's been a very good performance so far from Liverpool, and here comes the inevitable substitution. Sadio Mane makes his way onto the field. Divock Origi off, Sadio Mane on. And Origi did grab himself a goal in this game, and he's definitely trying to earn his keep to get that starting place ahead of Sadio Mane. It's good to have some competition in positions, and obviously for Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp, it's a good thing that Divock Origi is performing well for them. Sadio Mane will make his way on the pitch, and the Belgian will come off it. I'm a Blues fan, just awful that we're so bad. So bad. To be fair, I mean, like, as much as obviously I'm a Villa fan, and as far as teams go, they're not our favourite. But, like, realistically, in a perfect world, we want every single one of our rivalry teams all up in the Premier League. So we want us, Wolves, Baggies, you, the Blues, all in the Premier League. And but I think I'll put them to get Blues to go down actually though. But yeah, Premier League side obviously now though. So and that is going to be a free kick ahead to Liverpool. And any sort of danger of a comeback's just been teetered out. The substitution of Sadio Mane's come on. He's already found some space. Does it across the front. Good defending. Krull had come out as well, but didn't need to collect it. Good defending in the end from Max Aarons, who slid across the goal well to put the ball out of play for a Liverpool throw-in. Here's Wijnaldum. Robertson. Back to Joe Gomez. Fabinho. Back to Gomez. Out wide to Jordan Henderson. Van Dijk's just decided to go up front. And there he is. He's just dropped back now. God. Tyrone Mings does that occasionally. Just decides to go up front. He's just such a threatening player, Van Dijk is, though. Ain't got a bad shot on him and certainly can cause defenders problems. I mean, especially in the corner, in the box. Here's Firmino, did well to make some space. And here's Mane, defender committed. Mane has space towards Henderson. Well defended, Liverpool corner. And as much as the comeback could have been on at 4-1, if they could grab themselves an extra goal, it's just been teetered out to nothing. Like water on flames, honestly. It's been Liverpool, they've been opened up once and now they're not being opened up again. And it's been really all Liverpool since the goal, which is not what Norwich would have wanted. Van Dijk in the box, as is towards Van Dijk, but defender did well to get there before him. Not great height for Van Dijk to put it on. If you can get the ball over every defender and into Van Dijk's airspace so he can win the header. But the way it was, defender came across the front and nicked it. But Van Dijk, so threatening, of course. Here's Salah. Look for Firmino, gets a few deflections. He's going to fall out and teeter out to nothing. And Norwich can counter-attack it with Godfrey. Puts it down the line to Onel Hernandez, who's taking on Henderson. Puts it down the line to Godfrey. Gomez came across well. Did really well to win the ball back. Clips it down the line. Good touch from Hernandez, but can only give the ball to Wijnaldum. And switch the play to Robertson. And now again, just so effortlessly from one side of the pitch to the other, and the ball's up with Sadio Mane now. Back to Henderson. Mane makes the run. Oh, good defending. Mane would have been through there, but they get a footing in the middle of the midfield before he can get there. Here's Wijnaldum. Puts it back to Gomez, to Van Dijk. Got to feel a little bit for Norwich here, to be fair. It's been a good performance against most other teams in the Premier League. Would have warranted themselves, at least being able to be close in the game. But Liverpool, they've just been too good for Norwich, which is understandable. A team coming up from the Championship isn't going to be on par with a team who only didn't win the league by 1 point. You never know though. Header one, put wide to Robertson. He looks to drive the ball forwards again here. Here is Firmino. Has Salah central, but instead uses Mane. Back to Firmino, back to Mane. In the end, Buendia nicks it though. And he was a very tricky player to deal with in the Championship. Fabinho goes down, nothing. Pukki running at Van Dijk. Turns back, puts it out wide. Robertson committed, but Van Dijk came across and nicked it. At the moment, again, no real... How old am I? I am 13. Switched across the box. Oh no, Hernandez has the chance to shoot. Hernandez! Straight at Adrian. It's one of them where everyone's committed out wide and space has opened up for Hernandez to switch it to. He's brought the ball down well, but Alexander-Arnold's come across so quickly. I think he's just onside, I want to say. Very close though. Finds him in acres of space, but in the end, Alexander-Arnold came across well and dealt with the angle. And in the end, all he can do is fire straight to Adrian. Crazy young, speak very well for your age. Keep at it. You've got a good future ahead of you. Thank you very much. Again, this is just something that I enjoy doing. I've always found commentators really annoying, and I've thought I could probably do a better job than you. And I just sort of thought, what if I did commentary over games that some people might not be able to get a stream for? It's on Sky Sports. If people don't have Sky, so I want to find a way elsewhere. I know it's not great not having the picture and whatever, but it can be something that, either way, I enjoy doing it, and that's the main thing. But when they're lining up a free kick for Liverpool, for Norwich, takes the shot on, and in the end, it's comfortable for Adrian, who will collect it. A deadline day signing actually for Liverpool, a backup goalkeeper for Alisson, and obviously was needed after Alisson, unfortunate ankle and calf injury, slipped on a goal kick, twisted his ankle and pulled his calf. I think Mane does ride a challenge well, one-on-one against Aarons, who did really well to slide in and win and give away a corner for Liverpool. And Mane being helped to his feet by Aarons. A good battle between them two. Since Mane's come on, it's been a really tight fight between them two. Mane trying to get the better of him, but a very good fullback in Aarons. And Mane hasn't too many times got past him. Only 1 or 2 out of the 6 or 7 duels they've had. And 80 minutes on the clock now. 3 goals Norwich need to make up, but it looking increasingly more likely that becomes 4 now, Liverpool. It's into the box by Alexander-Arnold towards the front post. Leitner got a good head on it. Here is Andy Robertson. Back to Alexander-Arnold. Send Leitner. Puts it into the back post. Won well. Here's Salah trying to collect the ball back and get it back in the box. Clips it to the edge of the box towards Fabinho. Good footing in the end. And Henderson in a race against Cantwell. And in the end, he knocks it back to Adrian, who gives it to Joe Gomez. It's just been I keep saying it, but it's been a great performance from Liverpool. They've shown no real weakness. I mean, there's been a couple of through balls that have nearly worked in between Gomez and Alexander-Arnold and Van Dijk and Robertson, balls between the fullback and the centre-back. But even then, it's only been once that's properly worked, and that was obviously the goal for Teemu Pukki. But, at the moment, it's comfortable for Liverpool. And but I do think Norwich will do well this season. I had put them to go down, but I think they've had a decent, teams behind them have had poorer transfer windows, and I think and definitely the way they've performed today as well does show they have potential. Some of the football they're playing is clearly, top standard, and they're going to make their final change now. Norwich are. Just wait to see who's coming on and off. I'm not good with the numbers. It's going to be Teemu Pukki coming off the pitch, which is a surprising one, actually. He scored Norwich's only goal, but he will make his way off the pitch. It was a steal signing that Pukki clearly was, though. One of the better strikers in the Championship. Didn't get a team of the season, though. Wasn't in the Championship team of the season, and it is going to be Josip Drmic from Switzerland coming on here. I believe it's one of their new signings. I haven't seen him in the Championship before. Okay. Have to keep an eye on him, see how he does. Straight away, moves straight over to where Joe Gomez is. Looking to try and cause their problems. Krul puts it long. Van Dijk does exactly what Van Dijk does. Wins the header. And here's Firmino, who looks to try and get the shot off. Good defending. And it is going to be a free kick. Actually, I didn't think it was a foul, but the referee clearly deemed it was. Off Grant Hanley, who actually conceded the own goal. Let's have a look then. Is this a foul? It probably is. He's trying to get his foot across and get a foot on the ball. And tried to get a foot across the ball and very nearly gets it, but in the end he just gets a little bit of Firmino. And it is a free kick, and the most set-piece goals in the Premier League last season were Liverpool, obviously with the likes of Van Dijk, who win them bullet headers, and the likes of Van Dijk and what am I on about? Okay. Van Dijk to win headers, and Salah and Firmino and the likes to take the shots. And this is an interesting one because you're not allowed to join the wall anymore. So what Liverpool are doing is making another wall about 1.5 yards in front of the Norwich wall. So almost interesting here that Liverpool have made their own wall to try and do the similar job that you would do standing in the wall anyway. Very interesting. It's an interesting tactic. I like it. It's going to be Henderson, Robertson, and Salah over it. It's going to be... I don't know who that was. I didn't catch it, but Tim Krul got up to his top corner well. It was going to be Alexander-Arnold who hit it, actually, not Robertson. My bad. Yeah, Robertson was stood over it, but Alexander-Arnold was there as well. Took a good hit. Good save by Krul, actually. Looks to fizz it a goal. It's going to be a substitution now for Liverpool, their third of the evening. The first one obviously being Alisson for Adrian after injury. And it's going to be Bobby Firmino or Roberto Firmino or whatever his name is. People call him both. Off and James Rybina-Milner. It is Roberto Firmino. And James Rybina-Milner is coming on. Let's see if you don't know that then. 85 minutes on the clock. It's late. I'm struggling to get my words out. 85 on the clock before Norwich 1. If you're enjoying this, by the way, as well, I'm going to be streaming another one of these tomorrow for the Aston Villa versus Tottenham game. Massive game that is, honestly. I'm so excited. So if you've enjoyed that, if you've enjoyed this stream, or you've just popped in and you're interested in finding that game tomorrow, for example, I will be streaming about 10 past 5, 5:15 sort of thing. I will be live streaming, very, very, very similar to this. This sort of setup, no screen, of course. And yeah, if you can't remember times and you don't want to miss it, feel free to obviously subscribe. I'm not good at this whole plug thing. In the end, it's going to be won by Joe Gomez. Milner looked at the ball, ended up gets blocked, but it's going to teeter out for a goal kick in the end after the block. Well, not the ideal start to the Premier League for Norwich City. And for the other two promoted Championship sides, we have obviously Aston Villa taking on Tottenham Hotspurs tomorrow, 5:15. Don't miss it. And also, I think at midday, we have Burnley, correct me if I'm wrong, against Sheffield United, which I think is probably the most favourable fixture out of the three. Two teams who made the Champions League final, playing obviously then Burnley, who are a team who could go down, They're in a relegation fight. Van Dijk looking to try and out-muscle his man, but in the end, it was actually well held up to stop Van Dijk from getting to the ball. That's a first I've seen. Van Dijk not bodying someone. Godfrey to Onel Hernandez. Looks to try and take Alexander-Arnold on. In the end, we'll lay it back to Godfrey. He can maybe try and get a cross in. Salah's coming in deep to defend as well. He'll be put into the box and blocked by Alexander-Arnold. To applause from the Norwich fans when they win themselves the corner kick here. Chance to get some of their big lads into the box. They have got some big lads on their team, Norwich. Buendia walks over to take the corner. And the Norwich fans giving him some chance behind the goal. Here's Leitner back to Buendia. They took the corner short, by the way. 4-1. 88 on the clock. Time it right. It's the corner took dribbles to the edge of the box, lays it off, and then clipped over the top to Hernandez, who made the run. And Hernandez couldn't quite stay onside, but it would have been a big chance if he was offside. If he was onside, obviously. Ball over the top, Salah chasing it, but Krul using his box well to collect the ball just at the edge of it. Here's Godfrey. Oh, Salah closing at Tim Krul down, and he had to just put it out. It comes to James Milner. Gives it to Sadio Mane. To Wijnaldum, to Mane, to Henderson. Thinking about the shot, thought better and gave it to Salah. Mo Salah. Very nearly skipped round 3 at once there. And that is going to be a foul off Salah. Just this man catches him in the back. 90 minutes on the clock. Or 89-20, 89-30 sort of thing on the clock. Lewis on the throw-in, back towards Godfrey. Krull clips in, and Andy Robertson will collect. Here's Sadio Mane. Lovely little step over there before he lays it up to Fabinho, who looks to drive forward, gives it out wide to James Milner. Gives it to Wijnaldum. Heavy touch, and in the end he fouls his man. Norwich free kick. 90 on the clock, just about to find out how much added time. Shouldn't be too much, just 2 minutes of added time for this half. So 2 minutes time we'll wrap the stream up. But I'd call this test stream a pretty big success, to be fair. If of course you'd like to subscribe and whatever. It's going to fall to Buendia at the edge of the box, actually. Could have had a goal there. Has that gone for a corner? Close there. 90 minutes and 30 seconds now. A minute and 30 seconds to go. Here, is it going to be a throw-in? It is going to be a throw-in, not a corner. Here is Hernandez. Gives it back to Lewis. Who stops and starts before giving it to Godfrey, who takes it on from range. Andrea had to save. Hernandez can't quite squeeze it in. Good defending from Gomez. Buendia. Could be a goal here for Norwich. Oh, and it's just escaped Camwell. Unlucky indeed. 91 minutes here. Mane has absolutely sent someone then as well. Oh my days. Let's just get the analytics up now, shall we? Here's Henderson looking to drive Liverpool forward one last time. Put into the box towards the back post. Milner can't quite get there. And very unlucky, actually. We're almost at the end of the game now, so yeah, I mean, not much more to do. It looks like everyone's already left the stream already. So yeah, I guess we'll give it these last few seconds, and then we'll call the stream there. If you are still here or you're watching it on a repeat, thank you very much for the support and whatever. I've had some really nice messages during the stream and whatever. Yeah, subscribe, like the video, all that jazz. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. And yeah, well done, kid. I'll sub to you. Thank you. And there you go. There is the full-time whistle. Daniel Farke and his return, or on Norwich's return to the Premier League, suffers in a pretty heavy defeat to Liverpool. 4-1 the final score. And that is the first game of the Barclays English Premier League. All done. Thank you for watching. Is it going to end? Or hello? End? Oopsie doopsie. I haven't ended it yet. End the stream.